Hey, what's up guys? I figured on this beautiful 45-degree mid-November day, what better way to enjoy it than running some dirt roads and seasonal roads on the old Wired Freedom here, 2024 plus model. Figured I'd bring you guys along. As you can see in this stuff, it tracks really nice. Little sand, who cares? I'll just chug right along. This is a pretty good hill here. Give it a little throttle to help me up. This bike definitely is not a pavement princess. I've had it, today marks 1 week on the dot. 176 miles on it now, with probably half of those being on the dirt. It's the whole reason I bought this bike. I'm up here in northern Michigan. We have tons of dirt roads and seasonal roads, going out to a lot of natural gas wells, lots of places to go ride. And that's why I wanted this. I wanted to go explore, and I wanted to be stealthy about it and not bother people. There's a lot of horse ranches around here. I'm not bothering the animals. The bike is unlocked, but speed limiter is set to 28 miles an hour. 45 kilometers. I found I really like that. I can still pedal comfortably in gear 5 or 6 at full speed. I like to pedal. Hello. A little washed out right through there. No problem. We got 3 days until rifle season opens up. Right now it's quiet time, so give me a chance to ride out here. I don't want to bother the hunters when hunting season starts. They only have a short window, and I do not want to ruin it for anybody. So that's why I'm trying to get my rides in now. Friday is the official start of rifle season in northern Michigan here. A lot of people have deer camps up here. There's one little lake back here. I am running 18 PSI in the tires. Seems to be a good mix for on-road and off-road. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's just a little tiny lake in the woods. This bike was made for this. I almost feel bad for the bikes that are stuck to road duty, because they are really great off-road machines for this kind of two-track, Jeep trails, whatever you want to call it. These are seasonal roads. This cold weather is not friendly to the battery. I'm like 5 miles into it maybe, and I got 73% battery running both of them, 73% left, but it falls off the peak really fast in the cold, but then it kind of levels out. I did order a neoprene battery sleeve for the bike. It's going to be here in a couple days. I think that will be a big help. Well, yeah, almost 180 miles on the bike in a week. It's done really well. I did have a charger die on me yesterday. It just shows a green light all the time. It doesn't matter what battery's plugged into or anything else. So I took a quick little video and sent it to Wired customer service, and within 10 minutes I had an email back thanking me for sending them the video on it with my order number and everything, and they had a charger in the mail the same day. So I cannot complain about that customer service at all. Much better than the customer service I had with GoTrax. We're going to jog over to Smith Lake Road. This is another seasonal road, and there's a couple lakes back in there. Fun riding. I won't bore you with a little bit of pavement here, so I'll see you when we get over there. All right, Smith Lake Road. Here we are. As you can see, seasonal road not plowed by the Inter-County Road Commission. See the sun starting to set. Makes it a challenge to see. Let's see, here's one of the, just to show you, the gas wells that are off the seasonal roads out here. So that's what pumps out natural gas. I know channels like Tail Happy TV, he'll do his beach test where he runs the sand. I realize that that's all he's got, but I think this is a much more realistic scenario that the bike's going to be put through, is running dirt roads like this with some sand, some dirt. Kind of hard to see, but Smith Lake is right here through the little bit of woods here. It's just a small fishing lake. You can use your canoe or kayak or whatever you want. Oh, here we go. Here's a better spot. Kind of give you an idea. Smith Lake. Pretty neat. Only way you can access them is on these seasonal roads. You can hear the stuff in my rear bag bounce around a little bit. I got a bike lock and some water and some tools and some other little things in my bag in the back. I rode this route the other day and I had to have picked up probably 20 beer cans out here. People have chucked out their windows. And I was thinking, man, I should have had my camera with me. I was just out exploring. I found this road. So I figured I'd come back and bring you guys along this time. In the spring, this will all be flooded over right here. Pretty good little hill right here too. We had some windstorms last night. Take care of this tree branch. try to be a trail steward and try to clean up other people's junk and debris on the trail. Starting out on this hill and using a little throttle to help me. And up and away we go. Coming down to the second lake on this road. Well guys, this is my Wired Freedom 2024 Plus model. Arrived last Tuesday. I added a rack bag to it, as you can see. Added my favorite mirror to it. Phone holder off my old bike. I had to add my custom stem cap there. Super happy with this bike. Super happy with it. I ended up giving away my GoTrax Tundra, the green one. Found somebody in need in our neighborhood that was walking 7 miles to get in town for anything they needed. So I ended up giving them my Tundra so that way they could get around. And I bought this. And no regrets. Oh, and I did steal the Schwinn seat that I had on my green bike. But I did order a different seat to try. It just hasn't arrived yet. But yeah, that's the bike. This is Browning Lake. Just another little good old fishing hole. Show you the water's pretty clear. You can see all the leaves even sitting in the bottom of it. Not a super big lake, but it's a cool lake. One thing I wanted to point out is I did notice there's a charge port right here underneath the control set, and then the battery has a charge port next to where you charge it, a USB port rather. And I bought a USB meter because this port wasn't keeping my phone charged, and it only puts out about 0.4 amps, and I can get 0.8 to 1 amp out of the battery itself, and it seems to maintain charge in the phone. Right now I'm not keeping the screen on, but I am still recording my relive ride. But yeah, you guys will have to let me know if you like these kind of raw videos. I'm not really trying to do a full-on review or anything, but just kind of show you what I use the bikes for, what I like to do with them, and just bring you along with me. One thing I found kind of neat is, with everyone living in all different kinds of places, is you get to experience different riding through other people's camera lenses. So I figured I'd do my part and just show off northern Michigan, northern Lower Peninsula. This road goes just a little bit farther than we get to the main road, and then I'm just going to turn around and head back same way I came. That way we get to ride her again. But yeah, that Browning Lake where we stopped there, I probably picked up a dozen beer cans sitting around there. Just, I hate people that do that. Just throw their trash out. If you brought it in, take it with you. I was a Jeeper for many years, and that was always the motto. Leave no trail. Same thing in the Jeep. I tried to pick up the trails anytime I was out. And honestly, I can bomb the trails a lot faster on the bike than I did in the Jeep. And I can see more and I can do more. I honestly don't miss the Jeep. I had a 2014 Rubicon. And it was okay, but honestly, I'd rather be on this. Pretty good hill coming up here. Give her a little throttle assist. Easy as all get out. I see some deer tracks crossing the road there. We have a lot of whitetails around here. Here we are at the end of the seasonal road. So let's run it again. This bike is real easy to stand up on. I love the tall bars. As most of you know, I'm 6'3", 270 pounds. And this bike just, it doesn't care. Away we go. Absolutely by far the best bike I've ever owned for doing this kind of stuff. This bike gives me all the confidence. And I hate comparing it all the time to my GoTrax Tundra, which was a 750 watt fat tire bike, 48 volt, 20 amp hour. Kind of like your typical, probably your typical best-selling fat tire bike. And it did the job. I did a lot with it. But it's no comparison to this bike. Not at all. I wanted the power. I was tired of granny gearing it up all the hills. Some of them I even had to get off and push it. And I haven't found a hill yet that I haven't climbed on this. Out on these seasonal roads. A lot of them, you don't know what's going to be there. You don't know what obstacles you're going to have to go over. I'm still exploring these roads. I've lived here for a couple years now, and I'm still finding new seasonal roads and different things. I try to be extra careful, look for no trespassing signs and private property, things like that. I try to be respectful. Some of it is a little challenging up here to kind of distinguish what's what. But it's so much fun to get out and explore. I mean, this is my happy place. No cars, no traffic. Get to see nature. Quite often you see deer standing in the middle of the trail, other wildlife. Like that way to the left, they had it chained off. Most of the roads, if they're private property, they've got a gate or a chain across it or something to let you know that you don't belong there. So I definitely always respect that. This bike is the closest bike I've ever had to actually feeling like I'm on a dirt bike. Which was my whole goal for buying this, is I wanted a dirt bike that looked like a bicycle. I wanted something that was just as comfortable riding around the city as it was out on the two tracks. And this bike totally accomplished that for me. I almost bought a different bike that was all-wheel drive with dual 750 watt motors, but I like having the lighter front end. I like having just rear wheel drive, especially riding in the stand. I don't want to bloop the throttle and have it spin the front tire out on me. This is just what I'm used to. I grew up riding dirt bikes up here, and this just really feels like a dirt bike. It's light, nimble, I can flick it around. It glides over the sand. You can lean your weight back and just float the front right over anything you want. There's Smith Lake again. But yeah, this thing just crushes these roads. Absolutely crushes them. I think we're down to like 51% battery. I know a big part of it is the terrain. A big part of it is my size and weight. And a big part of it is that it's 45 degrees out. I think it feels like 39 right now. But I am more than happy with the range I'm getting out of this bike, especially in the conditions I put it through. It'll be interesting to see next summer when it's nice outside what kind of range I can get with it. When it gets extra sandy like that, all you gotta do is give it a little bit more throttle. It lightens the front up, and away it goes. It stops darting around in it. The worst thing you can do for sand is ride slow and ride with weight on the front. So if you lean back a little bit, give it a little throttle, it'll just glide right across the sand with the front. Then it won't feel all darty. I think I'm up to almost 185 miles on the bike now. I'm running 270 psi of pressure in the rear shock. 18 pounds in the tires. I did put slime in the tires as a just in case. I use slime in all my bikes. The stuff that's made for inner tubes and bicycles and such. But yeah, we're almost back to the main road. I think that's gonna do it for this ride. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing what my riding terrain is like up here. And get yourself a wired freedom. Go explore. Make your own adventure. Catch you guys on the next one.